Ultamize. If you want to get more done without feeling overwhelmed, start treating your time as something that needs protection, not just something that gets used. Most people treat time as if it's unlimited. They assume they'll find time later. They assume they can always catch up. But time does not work that way. Once it's gone, it's gone. For example, if you allow constant interruptions throughout your day, those minutes aren't coming back. They're permanently lost and they add up quickly. A 5 minute interruption here, a 10-minute distraction there. It may not seem like much in the moment, but over the course of a day, it can easily turn into hours. This is why protection matters, not in a complicated way, in a deliberate way. For example, if you're working on something important, create a simple boundary. Close tabs on your computer, silence notifications, let people know you are not available for a set period of time. I understand you perhaps have to be available to your boss at all times, but not every single friend or family member every second of the day. That small action protects your focus, and focus is what allows you to make real progress. Without it, you're constantly starting and stopping. And every time you restart, you lose momentum. This is one of the biggest hidden costs of interruptions. It's not just the time you lose, it's the energy required to regain focus. If you're deep in a task and you get interrupted, it can take several minutes just to get back to where you were mentally. Multiply that across the day, and you lose far more than the original interruption. Another aspect of protecting your time is learning to say no. Not to everything, to everyone, every time, but to the things that do not align with your priorities. For example, if someone asks for your time and it does not contribute to what you're trying to accomplish, it can be reasonable to decline or delay. I'm not saying be selfish all the time and never try to help someone out, but your default shouldn't be, yes, I'll stop whatever I'm doing anytime someone wants me. This is not being difficult. This is being intentional because every time you say yes to something unimportant, you're saying no to something important. That trade off is always happening, whether you recognize it or not. Another important point is scheduling. If something matters, it should have a place on your schedule. Otherwise, it's likely to be pushed aside. For example, if you want to work on a key project, block time for it in advance. Don't let your whole week get filled up and then all of a sudden the only time to work on it is the weekend or a holiday. That's a horrible way of scheduling your time. Treat this blocked out time for your big project as non negotiable. That makes it more likely to happen. Without that structure, important tasks often get delayed by urgent but less important ones. This is the difference between reacting and planning. Reacting fills your time, planning directs your time. Another simple way to protect your time is to group similar tasks together. For example, instead of checking email throughout the day, designate specific times to handle it. That reduces constant mental switching. And switching is another source of lost time. Every time you switch tasks, your brain has to adjust. That adjustment takes effort, and repeated over and over, it reduces efficiency. By grouping tasks, you reduce that friction. You stay in one mode longer, and that leads to better results. Protecting your time also means being aware of how you spend it, because sometimes the biggest time losses are not obvious. For example, you may think you're working, but you're actually drifting between tasks without completing anything. That feels productive, but it's not. Awareness helps you catch that. It allows you to make adjustments, and those adjustments improve how you use your time. The goal is not to control every minute. The goal is to ensure that your time is aligned with what matters. Because when your time is aligned with your priorities, you make progress. And when you make progress, you feel more in control. So start with this. Treat your time as something valuable. Set boundaries around it. Schedule what matters and protect your focus. Because if you don't protect your time, it will be taken by things that do not matter. And you'll wonder where it all went.